Alright guys, welcome to the Old Glory Red Report. As you can see, I'm coming at you nice and shaved today. No more bushy beard, kind of cleaned it all up, looking a little better for this summer heat. We're going to be talking about that Rio Grande Valley game that just went down, all the controversy that went on with that, and try to get to that overall performance. I think it was good, it wasn't bad. I'm just kind of conflicted with the whole thing, some bad calls. So we'll get into that. Coming up right now is going to be the first half. Alright guys, so coming out in that first half, it looked like Elliott made some lineup changes due to maybe fatigue on some of the players. Maybe he was just trying to be tactical. Rio Grande Valley, like I said before, is a midfield heavy team. They have a strong midfield that they play out of. Now they came out and it looked like, they said it was a 4-4-2, kind of maybe looked like they were doing a 4-3-3. Holding a couple guys back to make it a 4-5-1 at times. Again, they do play a heavy midfield, and we just got overtaken in that first half by that midfield. Coach Elliott came out with that 4-1-4-1. We did see Espino and Moffitt come in for Hall and Isley. Espino played up top, Iwasa, Villarreal, Bijev, and Alaman played in the middle. We had a back line of Partain, Gomez, Turnley, and Saylor. I think that we kind of, like I said, got played through. Our back line maybe just, got beat out a few times too many in that first half. We didn't play the press. We didn't really play on the turnover. We didn't take advantage of our corners. We had some really bad balls in on corners. I just think it was the first half that lacked energy, that really lacked anything we've seen from the first two games. We were kind of lucky to get into the half at 0-0. There was that one attempt for Rio Grande Valley where the guy kind of toe poked it onto the top of the crossbar. Crossbar's the keeper's favorite, our best friend. Gives Cohen that little bit of break, doesn't let it in. Keeps us 0-0 at half, kind of keeps our hopes up going into the next half. But overall, just a really flat half. I didn't see a whole lot from us. I think we did maintain pretty good possession when we did, but it was just more side movement. We didn't really have anything going forward. And I think Rio Grande really came out and had a better half and maybe deserved something a little more from that first half than that they got. They did have a decent half, but the 0-0 was great. Going in there kept our hopes alive. Alright, so coming to that second half, it did look like Elliott changed up some tactics. Probably went to a 4-2-3-1 or maybe even a 4-4-2. It was kind of getting a little muddy there for a little bit. It was hard to tell, but he did change up his tactics a little bit. Probably felt that we were getting bogged down by Rio Grande. The midfield was playing really well. They were compact. They were playing through us. They were getting balls in behind our defenders. So I think he changed up the tactics to try to counterbalance some of that. And in the second half, we did do a lot better at pressing. We did have a lot better ball control, some more forward movement. So we did see improvements when that formation changed. Unfortunately, we gave away a cheap, easy penalty. I think it was a 50-50 challenge. Probably is never a penalty, but he steps up, puts it in, and we're down 1-0. We saw a fight from the team, though. They didn't give up. Coming back on the other side, Bijev makes a great move. Another soft penalty, in my opinion. Bijev does go down a little bit, easy, but he probably knows the ref is going to give it, so he does it. Gets us that penalty. Unfortunately, Alaman steps up and wasn't up to the challenge. I think, is a pretty telegraphed penalty. He tries to go left. The keeper sees it the whole way, saves it. Very disappointing. You could see Alaman's frustration. He had his shirt up over his face. Definitely frustrating. Kind of a frustrating game for him overall. Not too much longer after that. We had some good possession, but then Partain makes a little mistake. The ball gets passed to James. He puts a great strike on. I think it's up close to the top right-hand corner. Very good ball in. Down 2-0. I think everyone's feeling very, very gutted at this point. I did not see Rio Grande Valley coming out and playing like they did. The formation that they had was definitely different than I thought it was going to be. The players that I thought were going to start weren't there. So it was a different team than I thought we were going to see. So maybe Elliott was under the same way, and they kind of just had the better tactics than us. We did fight back shortly after their second goal. Iwasa makes something out of nothing on a little looper, kind of deflects off a defender. He gets his head on it, puts it in, builds us some momentum. After that, we just took over on attack. I think we pressed them. We played real hard for those last 20 minutes. Moffitt puts the ball in, forces the own goal, gets us that 1 point late on in the game. I think, it's what we deserved at least. I think the Rio Grande will feel like they lost a couple points because they did have it ahead. but I think Republic will feel a little injustice for the goal that they got on the penalty. So we'll take the 1 point. I think we could have had the 3, but we'll take the 1 point and move in. We're still sitting high in the table, and I think so far the season's rolling. Maybe next game, hopefully we don't have to keep having these scrappy games. Maybe next game we go back to some tactics that we know works, get some players back in there. Again, I'm not quite sure if it was tactical change or if people were just tired and he was trying to rotate players. So hopefully we don't keep seeing these scrappy games like we've seen the last couple of games. We get a few more defeats or a few more wins that we know are a little bit more encompassing, that have a little bit better play, where we can get a few more goals and really control games a little bit more like we saw in that first game. So with everything being said, I was going to pick a man of the match, and that's been really hard for me. I'm going to go with Iwasa. I think no one really had a great performance on this game, but his solo goal did bring it back did bring the game back in for us. You can see the heart and the passion he plays for Sacramento. He really loves playing here, and he plays well here. It's a goal that he really makes out of nothing. So I'm going to give him the man of the match. I don't think there's anyone else that I can really praise. Alleman had a pretty decent game, but it seemed like he was getting frustrated left and right. He just didn't show that skill like we've seen in the past. He might just be a little tired, I'm not sure, but he just didn't seem to be able to break the line down today. Villarreal was quiet. Partain and Gomez didn't do anything particularly bad, but they didn't do anything particularly good. The back line still looks a little weak and still looks like they can be beaten. Rio Grande got behind him a few times, kind of shook him a few times, and made their way through 2 defenders a few times, and that's a little concerning. Not having Isley on and Nishaw on, I think that that's our attacking potential there. So maybe Isley should have been playing, or Nishaw should have been playing from the start, in my opinion, instead of Espino. He seemed a little bit quiet, didn't seem to really know what he was doing in that position. He does look like he has talent, but I think he's better off playing in a more attacking midfield position, or maybe out on the left or right a little bit more. But I didn't think he was really comfortable in that position. Overall, just not a great performance. They did get the result. One point will do. It'll keep us high in the table. It'll keep the momentum rolling on the undefeated, so that's good. But overall, just not great, and we hope going into this next game we do a little bit better. Alright guys, as always, make sure you like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and hit the notification button so you can keep up with the videos that we do release. We're trying to build the community here, so do please share these videos with all your other Republic fan friends and let them know what we're doing here. And if you enjoy it, leave a comment below. Let me know how we're doing, if there's anything you would like to see. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.